Is Big Brother.
Yeah.
Housemates are reminded it's against the rules to talk about previous
Anyway.
series.
We must be getting some kind of nominations quiz. That's the only reason I can think that we haven't.
Nominations quiz.
Yeah, like that board, like who. Maybe we have to pick out which housemate was nominated the most, the least.
Oh, I would be the most, by far.
They'll give us like a little quote because they smell, and then we have to try and guess which one.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah, that would be a good game, actually.
Pervert.
Quite pervert, Steve.
I never said pervert. And
Can't trust him around fruit.
And
Okay, I can't be trusted.
and it never finished my nomination. It just took key
Is
parts.
a sandwich short of a picnic?
Yeah.
Absolute loony.
I hope you can do the for it as well.
I never want to hear the sound of Velcro ever again.
Beautiful sound.
What
It's the
sound?
sweetest sound. Example. There was two good examples about to swap a picture. First was Steve when he did you. No messing. Straight up to it. Boom. That was it. And Molly when he did Sam. He'd already settled in his mind what he was going to do. He gave the spiel first. Molly gave it a little bit of spiel first, but there was no nonsense. It was unlike the previous week where Molly got the button out and started doing all his little bits and pieces with the button. And then
I love it though, how Molly's reason for not putting me, Joe, and Thingy up was because we'd only had a week here and we weren't doing it, and then he just banged Sam up.
I know, but it was because I went with that reasoning the previous week that ended up being swapping Dave, because I wouldn't swap you guys because you're.
What ramifications upon you, Mole, as Lisa said yesterday? The great British public can't believe you did that. I just want you to know that, Mole. I just want you to know the public did not like you doing that, Molly.
I didn't like doing it. Do you think I
You loved it, really.
You loved it, Molly.
That's why you wrote Dave on both sides of the bar.
Right. He came up with some bull about him being chivalrous, so
yeah.
he couldn't put the women up.
I wouldn't put the women up.
Oh,
Why?
Don't give me that, Mole. What's the difference between a woman up and a man up? I put two women up. The two of mine were women.
I know this.
You fancy men and you wanted to get one out.
Yeah, well, Dave was married. He was no good to me.
I'm not much used to you alive, am I, Mole?
Yeah, actually, I didn't realise that both the guys were married. That came down to.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Two guys, both
They're
married.
Yeah, no use.
Yeah, there's probably some They probably did something on Big Mouth about that. The psychologist is probably on there
Expect
talking
so.
about why you did that.
I should have just picked Andrew.
I'm glad Lisa rebuked you for doing what you did. Apparently, her friend Amy wasn't too happy about it.
Who's Amy?
That's her friend, Mo.
Oh.
That's another one of my fans. That's my other one.
I knew I should have just not swapped Andrew both times.
Yeah, that would be funny, dude. Yeah. You imagine him up one week, boom, swap the mole. Up the following week, boom, swap the mole. I know I shouldn't put Mario up because I swapped him last week, but what the heck, boom. That'd be like a nasty Nick job, that one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were the best examples, and I think you all probably one of the best examples and one of the worst examples, Mole. The button incident has got to be one of the worst ever.
I was looking for a
You dug
coin.
such a massive hole for yourself doing what you did with that one, man.
I
got you two buckets of mud the following week off that.
And I still hold to this day that toss was completely and utterly fair. That it wasn't you in my mind. I actually had a pound coin, but it disappeared, and I was going to use that. Oh, that's where it's gone.
It wouldn't have made a lick of difference more whether it was head or tail. I was up. Steve was never going to make it.
Look, I swear, I've already sworn to you that was totally fair toss.
It wasn't fair.
That was nothing fair about it.
It would have been fair if you'd have told them which side they were.
We know, Mole, right, that the great British public, I don't care what the Tree of Temptation said, are a fair people. They know what they're doing, and they've come in and told you were unfair doing what you did, Mole.
Oh, this coming from the same person that told the person he face swapped that he loved her the previous day.
I did love her, but you got to sometimes love is hard, Mole. Sometimes it's not easy being a lover.
I really love you. I've got so much fire in my belly for it.
Hey.
I think Kiva came back. That was the best quote of a face-off. But you said you loved me.
The best quote of the face swap was Iffy when I
Oh,
swapped
yeah.
Rachel. Not her! Not her! They're all sat down and they're all like, Dave, just do what you got to do. We know it's not easy. None of us would like to be in this position. They're giving it all large. As soon as I swapped it, up they come. Brood of vipers. They're that, yeah. Why her? She's beautiful and she's whatever, mixed race. She should never be up on there. Oh, I'm sorry.
If he
Gotta
didn't
do
use
what I
that as
gotta
an
do.
excuse, did she?
She did, yeah. She said she's beautiful and she was...
Genuine.
Yeah, but no, she said something about her being like mixed race or something, or whatever. I don't know whether was she mixed race, Rachel?
Yeah.
She said something about her being mixed race and being really beautiful and being an example of how, you know, she would want mixed race people to be portrayed. It was something like that. I said, well, I'm sorry.
Damn, that's a long ass spiel.
Yeah, she did. She give it large. If you give it large. I'm like, I'm sorry, If. You got to do what you got to do. Save your butt.
How did Rachel take it?
She cried a little
burst
bit
into tears.
later, didn't she? Yeah,
Oh,
she just
it's not
cried a
good,
little
is
bit.
it?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
sorry. I said sorry. I think one of the most...
When she was evicted, Dave was help pushing her out the door.
Yeah, you must have felt a bit bad. When
Yeah,
she
him
was
and
evicted,
John were each carrying her arm by arm to the door.
No, I did. I had nothing against her at all. But you know, when you're in here, you've got to like when nomination time comes and other stuff, you've got to like make an opinion based upon like how you feel at the time. Like I might be totally wrong. Rachel might be, like Nathan said, a really beautiful, genuine, loving person. But the 10 days I spent in here with her, my opinion was that she would roll her eyes at people, would look down her nose at people, and that some of the ways that she presented herself around the house, I found it hard to deal with. I might be wrong in that. Like, I might meet her at the rap party and might think that she's a totally different person. Like, I wasn't, like, harsh or nasty or I didn't keep on about it. For me, it was just, that's my opinion. That's why I did what I did. At the minute, that's still the opinion I've got of her, but I'm willing to, you know, be wrong on that. You know, I certainly wouldn't have gone and given her a massage and bagged her like John James did. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't that sort of a deal. It was just a deal where that's what I think. I might be wrong. And I even said that in the diary room when I did my nomination that week. I said, you know, this is my reason for nominating. I might be totally wrong. The British public might very well like her, and they'll be the ones ultimately that choose. So, like, I was willing to be wrong. Do you know what I mean?
They did.
And
They
they
chose
did
to
choose.
boot her out.
Yeah, they did choose that.
I think probably Ben was funny when he let Sunshine know he nominated her.
Oh, dude, that was amazing.
How did he do that?
Me and John James had a bit of a rip into him that day.
Go on, what did he do? How did he let her know?
He told Shabby, and Shabby didn't Shabby make it aware or something?
Yeah.
He told Shabby that he nominated her.
He just said, "Oh, I nominated Sunshine." That was
No,
He said that one week he had nominated someone that he was really close to, and then it portrayed. She said, "Oh, was it Sunshine?" And he sort of gave her a nod, I think.
Did he get punished?
No, well, no, but
They put it up on the screen, didn't they? Remember?
yeah.
That's why him and Shabby kicked off, wasn't it? I can't remember. It was all a bit complicated for me. Too complicated for me.
Oh no, Shabby and Ben's big kickoff came from when it was actually the first argument John James had with Josie, and John was packing his stuff to go, and Shabby came to the door and sort of like laughed, not at John. She was laughing. She said, "Finally, some of the drama's not about me, because usually it'd always been about her." But Ben misinterpreted that as that Shabby was pleased that John James was packing and leaving, which wasn't the case at all. You know, Shabby didn't want John James to go. And so obviously then that got back to Shabby via Jovan, that, you know, Ben said that Shabby had rubbed their hands with glee and couldn't wait for John James to leave. And then that caused that huge, massive argument in the house.
I think that's probably the main reason that Jovan went.
This house is so full of Chinese whispers. It's like you have to speak to actual
But I was
person.
there though.
Yeah.
I was there when like it was all kicking off in the bathroom. I was in there. Jovan came in, heard what was being said, went straight out into the nest and told Shabby. Within 2 minutes, it was maybe less than 2 minutes of Jovan leaving, Shabby came running in and started shouting and stuff. It just all got out of hand, all got totally out of hand.
And the whole house is burning.
Yeah, a whole house.
Yeah, and then but it was basically because Jovan had gone out and said stuff to Shabby. I think they must have shown all that, and it must have made Jovan
You
look
get dragged
bad.
into it.
Yeah, I do get dragged to it because I stood next to Ben and, you know, make sure he didn't just get...
Oh yeah, when it all kicked off by the sofa.
Yeah.
Did you get dragged into it?
I felt that Ben,
Everybody
I
got
felt that
dragged
Ben
into
was
it.
a little bit.
Wow.
What Ben had done was a little bit indefendable. It was like, it was difficult to defend what had gone on, wasn't it? It was like one of those, because me and John were reeling in the fact that he had put Sunshine up when, like, you know, we were like in bed together, like all there in bed together talking. Like me, Ben, you and Sunshine were like really tight, weren't we? You know what I mean? And it was like we hung out together. John used to come in occasionally as well. So for Ben to put Sunshine up and say he didn't feel close to her was like a little bit strange, wasn't it? So I said to Ben, I said, look, I don't even know how you're going to defend yourself. It's like, what can you say? We were all in bed together. We were all hanging out together. And you put her up for eviction when there's another flipping 8 or 9 people you could have chose.
Oh, those early days of fun.
Dude, they were wild them early days, man.
Problem with that big house argument is that everybody... Actually, Josie's the only one that didn't say anything. She was chilled out about it. But then everybody else, like...
No, I had a little go at Jovan.
Oh. Yeah. Just like I think a lot of people had things they wanted to say anyway, and that argument was just a chance to, you know, for a lot of other people to just get things off their chest maybe they'd been thinking about. So it just turned into a World War III.